Hello everybody, welcome to Brown's Cooking Show. I'm going to invite some people to come to the show, so give me just a second. There should be an invite all button. All right, hello everybody. Wow, we've got 4 people right off the bat. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Brown's Cooking Show. I'm Sean Brown. Thank you for joining us in today. We're trying a little bit of a new camera angle, so let me know what you think. We had the camera angle from the other side before, but I got some people telling me that you're turning your back to the camera a lot as we go through the show, and we can't really see what you're cooking. So we're trying this new camera angle. Hey Bill, how you doing? Hey Patty, how you doing? Hey Linda, welcome. How you doing? Hey Becky. All right. So today we are making a chicken with white wine sauce, and it's really only going to take about 20 minutes to cook. Again, we're making this with chicken thighs. As I've said before, I really like chicken thighs because they have a little bit more flavor than your breasts do. So we're getting the pan warmed up right now. We're doing this in one of the cast iron skillets today. As I said, welcome to Brown's Cooking Show. Thank you all for joining. The show is sponsored by Pampered Chef. So we're going to be using some items in here today. We're going to be cooking the chicken in a white wine sauce. So as the pan starts to heat up, we're going to use olive oil today, and I've got some extra virgin olive oil here. So we're going to use about 1/4 cup of olive oil in the bottom. Yes, Linda, I think it is going to be yummy. So we're going to use about 1/4 cup of olive oil in the bottom of the pan. And the way you can kind of judge that if you're using a large cast iron pan is 1/4 cup is going to give you a solid coverage of oil all over the bottom of the pan. So when you pour it in there, if you don't want to really measure it out, I said about 1/4 cup because it's really that's about what it is. But just pour it out until you see that the whole bottom of the pan is covered with oil, and then you stop pouring. So let me tell you what we've got here going on. We've got there our chicken thighs, and I've gone ahead and cut our chicken thighs up into small bite-sized pieces. And before I get started, let me just say, if you would, please share and like this video. Invite people to come look at the video. Invite people to come see the show live. If you can't see the show live, I understand it. But please view the video, share it out. Hey Jennifer, how you doing today? And let's get some more viewers on here. We're going to try to get up to our 15 viewers. We haven't made 15 live viewers yet. We're going to try to do that today. I'm actually doing this on my regular Facebook page, trying to get some more viewers. So if we get up to that 15 viewer mark today, I'm again going to give away a gift later tonight, and we'll enter everybody that's viewed the video during the live feed into the drawing. So we're just going to let that oil heat up a little bit and kind of move it around so it coats the whole bottom of the pan there. Now it's starting to heat up. So like I said, this is our chicken thighs. I've gone ahead and pre-cut them up into bite-sized pieces. I like about 1 to 1.5 inch rough cut on the chicken thighs. So we're going to go ahead and drop those chicken thighs in there. Oh, listen to the sizzle. That's what you want to hear when you drop them in there. You want to hear that sizzle. All right. So we've got our little wooden spoon back here for stirring. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to get these in the oil down there, get them fried up a little bit. We just want to get a little bit of color on these chicken thighs. This is the point where I say before, we're going to add in our salt and pepper from the beginning because it's very important. We want to actually season the meat, not just what goes on the meat, but we want to season the meat itself. So we're going to go ahead and add some of our Mediterranean sea salt. if anybody's been watching my Facebook posts, you know that the Mediterranean sea salt is much better for you than regular ionized salt. It actually has a much saltier flavor as well, but also will not increase your blood pressure like regular salt will. Alright, so we got our salt in there. Of course, we're going to add a little pepper in there too. And I prefer the fresh ground pepper to the shaker, just simply because you get a little fresher pepper flavor out of it. Hey Gary, how you doing? All right. We're just going to get our chicken moving around in there. Let me know what you think of the new camera angle. Leave me a comment. Leave me an idea. Like I said, we changed the camera angle today because got some comments from some folks that, you know, with the other camera angle, I was just having my back to the TV too much, or to the show too much. Hey, Karen, how you doing today? And it just wasn't working, so we decided we're going to change it up today. Move the camera over to the other side. Hopefully, you'll get a little bit better view of the actual cooking process and what we're doing. All right, so we got that in there. We've got that moving around. And then we want to go ahead, we're going to go ahead and add our onions in. What I have here is about a half or a small sweet onion. This is with a medium onion, so I got about half of it. We're going to drop it down in here with our chicken. Get that stirring around in there. We just want to give those onions just a little bit of a chance to kind of start getting a little soft. And just to let you know, I've got some leftover rice from the other night. So we're gonna put this over rice when we serve it later on. Hey Benjamin, how you doing? All right, we're getting up there in viewers. Hey, if you would share, like this video. Let's get up to 15 viewers on it today, and I'll give away a gift tonight after the show's over. All right. Again, for those of you that came in late, we're making a chicken with white wine sauce for the dinner tonight. We've used chicken thighs. We've gone ahead and got those down in there, sauteing up with our onions. You want to dice those onions up kind of small when you put them in there. You don't want really big pieces of onion in there. And you put them in right after the chicken because you almost want them to cook down to where they're not much. You want that. You want them to be almost translucent at the process. Okay, so we're just going to let that cook for a minute. While that's cooking, we've got our white wine here. Now you can really use any white wine you want. I always say if you don't like drinking it, you're not going to like cooking with it. So, hey Patricia, how you doing? You're not going to like cooking with it. So use a wine that you would drink. I'm using a Pinot Grigio white wine here. I know some people would prefer it a little bit drier and use like a Chardonnay, and that's fine. Any white wine you want to put in there will work just fine. So actually, good time to talk about this. This is one of my new favorite toys. It's a Pampered Chef wine bottle opener, and I tell you what, it just it makes the process of opening a bottle of wine just that quick, and it's done. Put that off to the side. I got my bottle of wine there. We got our chicken going. The fat on the little bit of fat on those chicken thighs has started to reduce down. Those onions are getting soft. They've started getting soft. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to add our white wine in. We're using a cup of white wine. So we got our measuring cup out here. So we're going to pour our white wine in here up to the 1 cup level. And you know what? If you get a little bit over the cup level, that's okay. It's just good flavor. And then we're going to pour it right down in there on top of it. Now it's not going to take it long to come up to a boil, but we want to put the wine in there before we put all the other ingredients in there, because we're trying to cook off a little bit of that. We're trying to cook off that alcohol. obviously you got kids, you don't want them drinking wine. So we're going to cook off a little bit of that alcohol. And we cook off a little bit of that alcohol by actually cooking it ahead. So we're actually getting that up to a boil. Go ahead and stir that around a little bit, get that mixed in there. And again, I'm doing this on a high heat in the cast iron skillet. It's not going to take that wine long to start to bubble up and boil. In fact, it's already starting to bubble up now. Other ingredients that we're going to use, we're going to go ahead and add our thyme in. What I've got here is 3 fresh sprigs of thyme. And we're just going to throw those in on top, just like that. Stir those around a little bit, get those down in there. That wine's starting to come up to a boil now. There it is, starting to boil up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to add in is we're going to add in some Dijon mustard. You can use any brand of Dijon mustard you like. I actually like the Dijon mustard with the whole mustard seeds in them. I think it adds a little bit better flavor. So we're going to go ahead and add that in right in the middle. And at the same time as we add that in, we're going to add in 4 cloves of garlic. So we got 4 cloves of pressed garlic. Add that in there. Give that a little bit of a stir. All right. Get that stirred around in there. All right. Now we're going to add in about a cup of mushrooms. These are baby portobello mushrooms that I have chopped, just kind of roughly chopped. And we're going to add a cup of mushrooms. And what that's going to do is that's going to give this dish that earthy flavor that we're looking for. This is a hearty dish. This is definitely going to be one that fills you up. And it's got everything in it. It's got your vegetables, it's got your meat, and your mushrooms are in there. All right. Excellent. Okay. So the next thing we're going to add in is we're going to add in our coconut milk. And I've got a little bit more. I've got more than what I need here. This was just a 15-ounce can of coconut milk, so I actually only need a cup. So I'm just going to pour a cup off in my measuring cup. And I'm going to add it down into my white wine. And this is going to give us that thick, hearty sauce. That's why this is really good if you want to serve it over rice or some fingerling potatoes. You know, you're going to end up with a really nice sauce there. Oh, my time's trying to escape. Time keeps running away. All right. Okay, we're going to let that heat back up there for a minute. Just take this opportunity to talk about Brown's Cooking Show for a minute. We'll wait for that to come up to a boil, and then we're going to add the rest of the vegetables in, and then it'll be done. Brown's Cooking Show is something I started a couple of months ago. It's been a lot of fun to do this show. Love doing it live. We're going to start doing some recorded episodes as well. We're going to start doing some different things, some different healthy living foods that you can cook. I'm going to do a special coming up on some healthy homemade protein bars that you can make yourself. I'm going to do a couple episodes on some healthy desserts that you can make. Actually found some recipes for almost like Reese's peanut butter cups, but they're healthy, they're keto friendly. So we're going to start doing a lot more of those. Thank you everybody for joining in. Hey Mariah, how you doing? Long time. All right, so this is starting to boil up. We just want to let it boil up just a little bit more. All right. So the last two things we have to add in here is our vegetables. And we're going to go ahead and add in our green beans. We've got about a cup of fresh cut green beans. We want them cut into about 1 to 1.5 inch slices. And a little bit of green in there. And then the last thing we're going to add in is we have about 1/2 head of broccoli. And we want to wait till the last to add the broccoli in because we don't want the broccoli to get overcooked. We still want our broccoli to have a little bit of a crunch to it. So we're going to go ahead and add our broccoli in. And we're going to stir that in there. And then this is going to cook for about another 5 minutes. We want that sauce to thicken up a little bit. It's a little thin right now. We want it to reduce down a little bit and thicken up. And about 5 minutes on this heat, and it'll reduce down and everything will be cooked and ready to go together. So like I said, a very simple recipe, very flavorful recipe. It's going to give you a lot of bang for your buck. Very hearty dish. Serve it over a little bit of rice. Serve it with some fingerling potatoes. Enjoy the show. Thank you. Please share the show out. I'm going to go ahead and let this cook off camera for 5 minutes because I don't think anybody just wants to sit here and listen to me jabber for 5 minutes. We're going to let this cook off camera for 5 minutes. As soon as I plate this up, I'm going to post a picture of it out on my Instagram and Facebook so everybody can take a look at it plated. But what you want to do, what I'm going to do is just put it on a bed of rice. I have some leftover basmati rice from the other night, and I'm just going to put it on a bed of rice and serve it up. Makes this really nice hearty dish. So thank you everybody for joining. We do this every week. I appreciate everybody coming in. And remember that just because you're cooking with fresh ingredients doesn't mean you can't have fast meals. I mean, look, we did this meal from start to finish in less than 20 minutes. Even if you talk the prep I did ahead of time to cut the chicken, it's still under 30 minutes. The whole thing probably cost, with all the ingredients, probably cost me $22. And you have enough food here to feed a family of 4. So there's no reason we can't cook with fresh ingredients, healthy eating. That's why I started this show, for healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. That's what we're trying to change. Thank you everybody for joining in. Remember, share and like this video, send it out to your friends, get people to watch. Watch for my tips of the day that are on Facebook every day, and watch for my cooking show. Healthy living and healthy eating. Enjoy. Bye now.